Yeah, man, being protected from men, drag is, you know what they put on there was concern and brutal and drag. It's concerning how many people are in drag. There could even be people that you know that dress in drag. This is different if you're going undercover for something. Being protected from people. Why do I have so few people around me? I know that I'm a great person. I know that I asked for some type. Is it possible? For those of you who said protect me sexually, and you started a life of celibacy to some extent, do you feel like the world is being kept from you? It may be for other reasons as well. Tell me about this. They could have wanted to starve you by holding on to pay, hiding your money. This is for someone who had roommates and they hid your money. They could have even hid food from you. I feel shocked that people I knew my entire life or spent time with and showed kindness to could actually even think of doing something like this. And it doesn't matter what the lies were. We're adults. We portray ourselves like adults, but it shows in the way that you handle things. Is this a woman, a Libra or a Taurus? But this is a divine feminine. Now, this is also, I did this because I've been betrayed so much by women that you would want to have another woman. And this is also, my wife is overweight and I'm attracted to someone else and I can't have that someone else. You should try starving your wife that's overweight instead. Mill. This is a loyal woman though. This is a friend of yours. Did somebody friend zone you when you did this? So what they did now, instead they started fasting, this would be slowing down eating in my eyes. They tried to ruin you. It feels like deplete you and make you sick for some reason, and it could have been so they could come in and offer you something, right? We want to starve you so that when you're hungry enough, you'll eat whatever food we give you. Usually people do this initially for some type of power and control, especially if you're a strong woman or you have a strong personality where you could be more of a leader, so to speak, just in life. That's enough anymore, unfortunately. You're being shown how many people were in on something as well. How big this actually got. These could have been some men in the past, divine feminine, that didn't want women anymore. They didn't want women. I don't think they knew how bad it was going to get, and now it feels to me like you wanted. Some of them forgot, is what I'm being told, that they forgot that they even took part in some things in the past with you. They didn't see it as that. See, they see how you are now, you know, and you could have been starved for a while and you lost a lot of weight, but you make do. Some of them are in jail or prison. Some of them set you up to be hurt. This would be messing with your brakes, setting up putting oil on steps and shit. Deplete. They refuse to let anyone around you who's going to deplete your energy and your bank account. They didn't like the fact that you say this is a space where you moved in and you shared food. They hid food they did all this. They set up for you to get hurt. They flattened the tires of your car. Anything that you want to do, and these are the broken ones Well, they see themselves. They don't see themselves as that, but they are. They'll never say that. Some of them say it now. They'll say, okay, I may have been broken, but that to them is, the irony is when they say, that makes me sound weak. Doing this shit to a woman, that's what's fucking weak, bro. You admitting that you did this because, and the right people appreciate the honesty. See, you're concerned about what others just like you and or how you were in the past are viewing you, when it should be this loyal friend of yours or loyal wife. They can't trick you anymore, and that's another reason why. There are a lot of people that came back into your life. You must have had some kind of blindfold taken off, and now you see people for what they really are. They know that they can't give you word salad. Some of them took part in some chanting. They're showing me people in a circle around a candle and actually casting spells on you as well. I don't really care if you were lied to. It doesn't matter. You can't believe everything that you hear. You choose to. When you're not in a place where you feel hurt anymore, you'll remove yourself from this type of shit. Getting involved in any kind of black magic or chanting or candle magic, it doesn't matter if somebody, you'll have a career criminal telling you, no man, this is cool. When you know that they lie on top of lie. I mean, you know this person well enough. It's because you could have been with this divine feminine, you could have been, or you denied this person in the past. You may not even remember. The thing is, they remember. They'll remember this, but they don't remember the shit you did for them. Even if it was walking away. It could have been that you were in a bad spot and the universe was keeping you from them at the time. There's a Gemini here. Yeah, a lying sack of shit. Let me find out who this is. It feels like a female. T-E-E-R. Are there people that forgot in the past that they actually chanted or even spoke death or bad luck on your name? It could be a Teresa, a Terry, P.U. All right, my phone lit up when I said Teresa or Terry. A high-pitched squeal. Sort of noise emitted when a girl is frightened or surprised. It could be used to express excitement, agreement, horror. Yeah, fright or shock. With the Exorcist, yep. I'll bet that with the Exorcist, you could have just eaten a lot of junk, and this the thing. It feels like the way that people took things. You could have stopped eating junk, and someone else was a little bigger, and they take that as now they're embarrassed or as an insult. So you could have even stayed to yourself in this home or wherever this was. I don't know what more you want from me is what I feel. Well, what more? I didn't want to get high, or I didn't smoke anymore. You exorcised demons, we'll say. You were cleansing. This looks like a cleansing. Yeah, I want a purer life, that's all. I'm obsessed. Yep. Angry at you because you took a different path. They take it as an insult. See, there are people who they don't speak up. So let's say that this woman with the Queen of Swords, and Magician, and the Page of Swords, a horrible manipulation of the truth. That's all they do. It's horrible. This makes them happy. They were happy that these people cut you off or this was happening to you. I refuse to believe that this is a woman. This feels so heavy that if you're a woman, you couldn't have been born one. But you definitely could be a tranny. Definitely. They feel entitled. Did you separate yourself and say, listen, with your actions though? See, you know that people say shit. I just feel like you're an honest person all the time. Now, they don't mind when you're honest when it comes to shit that they need to know to help them out. But when it came to helping yourself, no. This is drinking and drugs. I just want to try this out. That's all. And I believe that you were strong enough to stay on one path or another. I'm not sure if you got rid of everything, but I mean, it's a start. And instead of them seeing that you as a friend in this situation, yeah, you're the one that had to complete. This is a 180 that somebody did. It goes against all the lies. So when you have this going on, this change and shit, and you have people manipulating the truth, and I don't know how deep this got, but this could be a reason why people are separated from you. Now, whether it's you're in the process of this, or whether this is the past and now people are embarrassed that they even believe the shit. Some of them, they don't remember that they got involved in some type of ritual. That shit is dangerous. It doesn't come back right away all the time. Shiver. No, I don't. Yeah, I do see shiver. Did they turn the heat off on you too? What the hell kind of treatment is this? And run. Shiver. And were you out on the street? Sitting outside on the step. Were they all inside partying or something while this was happening to you? This is horrible. This is really the world that we live in, though. This has been going on for longer than you think. These are the types of people where you separate from this group of bullies. That's when you see them for who they really are. And that's when I feel like that's when you start. If someone's right in the middle of this and you're teetering on, do I just go back and hang out with them, minister? Do I teeter and just go back and hang with them just to appease them so I don't feel uncomfortable here? I would say no. It really is disgusting. For someone here, you actually had to run outside because you were so freaking cold to warm yourself up. That's horrible. Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Taurus, Leo. This is a dark night of the soul that you went through. Or you're going through. How some shit came back to these people. They had a drug deal, a big drug. Tell me on top of it. Now, this is the thing where they couldn't destroy you. When you're this type of woman, you had already had some, or man with like this, a loving type. You already had some type of life that most couldn't handle, usually when you're like that. This is just the world we've been living in. Yeah, you're a very strong, if you're a woman, this is you. You're a business owner. You could jump from place to place and thrive. You attract money and good luck and everything everywhere that you go. What would compel someone to do something like this? I have no idea, but that's what they put on there. They don't know what would compel someone to even treat another being this way. Especially if you grew up with some of these people, or you could have even helped them out and say, see, they forget that shit. You're not the type of person to bring it up. I don't feel like you're the type where August 16th, 1992, you had a flat tire and I was the one. They do. They keep score. It's very, very immature and unattractive. But it feels like the more that, let's say that they tried starving you. I believe you started fasting. What else do I have to do? You didn't. I think they wanted to for you to pop off or to even have some kind of interaction with you is what I feel. You cut them off completely because you were going through something. You don't even know what this is you were going through. I know that I'm losing everything. Something's going on. I see people's faces differently now. Some of them could have known what you were going through. or they read about it, or someone told them that they know that this is a dark night of the soul. You don't attack and try to hold someone down while they're going through the most difficult time in their life. This is what's happening to some of your adversaries. They're going through, I don't feel like it's a dark night of the soul. I think it's karma. They could be saying it's that. If that's what you want to call it, then great. But this is what happens when you fuck with a woman like this. This is the loyal friend that you need, that's always there or finds a way to make something happen for you. Why would you want to betray this one? I can't figure it out. Mexican, whatever that is. There could have been, you were set up. All right, so they tried slowing your money down, I feel like, right? They tried everything. They cut everything. They tried cutting your money. They tried cutting your friends out, and they probably did. Or this was something that benefited you. That's the way that you looked at it during the whole situation too, which pissed them off. But I don't feel like you were trying to intentionally piss people off. You were dealing with the situation at hand. But the way they were, and then you get one toxic motherfucker in that group, and you don't have a chance to speak. Because it'll be the one time that you want to show up when there's people over and they know that you're someone that's vocal. Now they'll lock you. They'll lock the door so you can't come in, or lock the basement door so you can't come down, because they have to manipulate everybody that comes into this home or wherever this is for you. If this is work and you feel this way, to bully and make someone feel like an outcast is usually because you're a hard worker, you're smart, and you're usually attractive. So they slowed down your money, they slowed down your food. I feel like you were just like, okay. I mean, you surrendered immediately because it's just who you are. You're just that type of person where this is what it is. You've always been like that. It's always bothered people. I'm going to tell you right now. You didn't realize you were like this. It's something you're not conscious of. It's instinctive for you to just go through things and accept the fact that that's what it is. These people don't understand that. They don't like the fact that they couldn't break you completely. So then what do? They slow down your transportation. Oh. Now shit's slowing down for them. Now this is my clone card. Alright. There's a possibility that, well, first of all, what I was going to get into is if they couldn't get you the reaction or the results that they were looking for, there's a possibility that they had a drug deal and they could have said that you did it, or they set up something so that it looked like there was flour is what they put on here. You have nothing in common with them. There are even some people, now there are people who said no, okay? And like, I don't want anything to do with this shit. This shit seems iffy. I don't mess with candle magic, mirror magic. It's even the gossip is too much for some of these people. They could have thought it was weird that you were even living in this house. Like, what? How did this even happen here? They lied about how you got there. They could have said that you were going through shit, and here, the last place that you were at, you could have felt targeted, or you could have felt like this your entire life. But I don't feel victim. I feel I still help people get through things when I'm down like this. I believe that you started relying on some type of other beings. A year? Oh, they could have even lied about how long you were there. Right. All right. Yeah, to help you. This is all I could rely on was ancestors or alien beings, because everybody else, I just feel like just completely disappointed and lost of why is no one's explaining this to me. So you relied on that, and this could have even been tarot and shit. Well, let me try this, because I can tell when I talk to people, they're angry that I'm not broken, or they're angry that I woke up the next day if they were doing death spells in this home. Not everybody's meant to be gone or to be removed from this planet from that. Did you see people's looks changing in this house? Gaining weight? Spirit. Let me guess, they were Christians telling you not to listen to tarot. You'll get that too. You'll have them putting Bibles everywhere or putting Christian channels on and shit. Then if you notice that they were getting a little more crazy with how they were with you, it definitely could have been them messing with this shit and it was going back immediately, but they didn't recognize it as that. The way that they judged you for going through it. Okay, there are some people who actually can say, listen, I didn't realize the shit was this bad, and I regret judging you while you were going through this shit, because now they're going through it. VM. BO. You never know what's going to happen, so you have to eliminate the danger. Is that what you did? I just don't need this in my life. You could have been connected to some shit too, and you just wanted to get out. I don't have to explain why the fuck I want to get out. This shit ain't like it used to be. If I don't want to be involved with this shit, I don't want to be involved. Nobody owns your life. Nobody has the right to dictate whether you drive, whether you have a job or not, whether you eat. I mean, the fucking entitlement alone. WS. VMBOWS. I see Val too. Is that what this was? Boyfriend? Did someone say that they were your boyfriend too? It could have been coke or meth or something that you did, because my nose got real stuffed up. Bad influence. Okay. Are you the target or are they? All right, yep. You were definitely targeted. I'm not sure why. Usually, like I said, it's because you stand out in a crowd and it brings attention to you by those that don't. Well, they stand out. It's a different way of standing out. They lie. They do bad drug deals. They steal. And I feel like you're just not that type of individual. So they're targeted by another type of being. Are you the target or are they? Tell me about this. Yep, targeting. This could be a part of something that was fated though. It depends on how you're looking at it. I can look at it from a victim mentality, or I can just assume that this is meant to happen. Targeted by men. Because of your strength and your ability to lead. You could be the type of woman, excuse me, that can fix something that some of these men couldn't. You could have had the type of male friends that say something breaks on their car, or you'll figure out a way to help them at the very least. I'm trying to understand the mindset behind this. But they'll hug and shake hands with the men who flattened the tire or did that, even if they'll have an idea of it too. Is that being gay, or is it there? I don't feel like it's all gay. I believe that that's a beginning stage of gay if you don't get a handle on that shit real quick. But it's definitely an insecurity and an unhealthy competition with a woman who, instead of looking at it as an asset, you feel entitled to her. See, these are the types of men where when they're separate, they want you to be there for them, just them though. God forbid you help someone else. Now it's a female type of thing with jealousy. Tell me more about these men that like to argue and fight, causing problems and fighting with a woman who minds her business and shit. You know what I mean? I feel like you were blind to this, honestly, on how toxic this shit and how many men you dated that that lied and cheated and were competing with you. If you could go horrible, it's horrible. Did they even keep your clothes or damage your clothes? Did you give them clothes? This just feels like an extreme level of attack on someone for no fucking reason. And people don't like talking about this. They definitely don't like admitting that they did it. You know how many people are set up to look like they did something they didn't? This is when you sit someone down and you have a conversation with them and you ask them, listen, did you do this? Because I'm being told. Like, give this woman a chance to explain herself. That's probably another thing. They didn't want you to speak. I wouldn't be surprised if they did spells on that, or they tried literally offing you at some point. You're the kind of woman that will walk in somewhere, call someone out, and tell the truth. They don't like that. Not when you got yourself caught up in shit like this. They must have gotten caught up with the mob or a cartel or something, and they figured that you would be a good scapegoat. But the good thing is there's always somebody who knows who you are deep down, and they always wind up talking to the wrong person, and I think that happened somewhere along the line, but I don't feel that it resolved much. I mean, it could have been that someone just walked away and said, no, I know them, but they didn't actually stand up and defend you in any way. I believe that there are people that are finding out how bad this was for you, or how bad it is. If this is currently happening for you now, just know this is a cycle, and this is a lesson for you to see that there are certain, if you're a woman, that there are a lot of men who they didn't grow in a long time, especially if they got involved with dealing drugs or doing drugs, and you did or you never did. Some of you never did, and they're changing on you. I can't help who I became. That's what I feel. I don't know what you want me to do. Do you want me to not be skilled so that when you need that skill, I have to tell you I can? The sense of you're mine, or I only get to experience this of what you do with you is just, it's overwhelming. I feel like I'm gonna cry with anger, and there's people, I believe that this is someone's anger and that I'm picking up on. It could be your dad, or even some exes of yours that weren't like this, that are gonna find out that you were targeted by a bunch of men. And it could be because of this one mouthy bitch here. There's always one jealous, insecure female that sees you getting all the attention. You could show up to this place in a t-shirt and jeans with stains on them and still turn heads in some way. I don't think you realized it, though. I honestly don't think you realize the attention that you get. And these women, these insecure women that spend time with these men, that's all they notice. And that's why they become filled with so much hate and resentment, because they don't notice the good in you that they benefit from too. It's real weird. Been matched with a coworker on Tinder. Is that, let me find out what this is before I say anything. Tell me about this match with a coworker. Do you even feel like you were targeted, or that you were treated unfairly on dating? They're making me feel like you actually did go on some dating sites before now. I hope you're not doing it now. And you even felt like the men that you were on dates with felt insecure or inferior to you. You know what they're making me feel? Like some guys tried to get away with being cocky or disrespectful covertly with you, and you shut it down immediately, and you would end the date and go home. Some of these guys could have even been connected in some way to some of your tires being flattened. I think if you went over your entire life and you were able to see this shit as live, let's say that there was camera on everything that you've ever done, because that's what they see up there. They see everything. I think that you would throw up to know how many times something was sabotaged for you because someone taking shit the wrong way. Tell me about this matched with a coworker on Tinder. I think the heat's making me stuffy. Thank you to everybody donating and for your supers. I appreciate it. Did you cancel a date? Yep. I do feel like you canceled a date on somebody and they never got over it. Look at this shit. It could have been because you found something out about them or you just didn't feel right. I feel that you paid attention to what your body said in the past, but not as much as you do now after this whole thing that you went through. But there was something where you had your defenses up on with something. Was this at the shore? Or something happened with you. Something was blocked. If it wasn't you, then it could have been that you got it held up in traffic or something like that. This was being blocked, definitely. Was this person a cop? Is that your thing? I refuse to date cops. That's what I see here. Look, this is nope. That's what I feel now. I refuse to date a police officer. Faye. Is this a DEA with the drugs? Because you know the narcissism that comes with that shit, right? You could have even been a drug dealer or you did drugs and you're like, nothing good is going to come of this. I don't think they ever got over it. Yep. That's my yes card. It could have even just been weed or something. Your body said, well, there's a possibility, right, that something's going to wind up coming out. You thought of every possibility. What if something happens and I wind up getting drunk and passing out and they go through my phone? What happens if we wind up going back to my house and it could have even been that this is one of the cops that you found out that busted, that was a part of a bust? It just didn't feel right. I think there's a lot of women in the past who were going to go on dates and then you found out they were a cop. And it was a turnoff. God damn. This is death dick too. So you're for the woman here where he canceled or it seemed like he didn't show up or there was some kind of blockage, it's because this guy has AIDS. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he was planning on putting something in your drink. I think he's got more than one STD, to tell you the truth. This guy goes on several dates a day, and it could have been that if he found, let's say that you deal drugs, somebody had this man intentionally reach out to you to set you up for something too. That's also what I see, is that they were planning on setting you up. Yeah, I think that just David, I believe that the gist of this is you have been protected in so many ways that you are not aware of. For those that don't believe in ancestors or other beings, that you can call it this. There's some force that looks out for me when nobody else did. And that's what you rely on now. And I would just say I know it's frustrating. I do. It's frustrating because you're looking at it as this. Is it me? And then you look at yourself and you go, no, it's impossible that it's me. I'm too amazing. Trap. It was going to be a trap. So just say thank you instead for all of the times that you protected me, whether this is God for you, or some of you believe it's Satan that protected you, whatever it is, it's someone's belief. And that's just that. But there was something else, knowing your worth when you didn't. That's all I got. Love you. Bye.